It's really difficult for us to trust people. Trust is honestly more than a name on a bank. you know, it's something tangible and something that, we're not very good at. The reason we're not very good at it is because a whole lot of people in our lives have proven to be untrustworthy. That makes it difficult when you have some deep wounds that you're trying to get some healing with. How do you get the healing if it's hard to trust anyone around you? Well, the bottom line with this is that there is one that's trustworthy. And when we take everything that we have that's deep and hurting and difficult to God, do you trust Him with it? Do you honestly believe that that's a good place to take it to? And when you take it to God, how do you leave it there? Good questions. Sitting by a busy street, and I'm sure you can hear it in the background. And people are coming and going, and they're busy with their mornings, and sometimes we drown out the problems of the world, and we turn up the radio, or we distract ourselves with other things. And a lot of these people that are going by are dealing with deep hurts just like you are. What do we do about them? How do we deal with them? 2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 10 says, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is perfected and shows itself most effectively in weakness." Well, I just pulled that out of the context, but Paul says, I went to God all of these times to ask Him to take away this thing that I really need to have removed. And God says, that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you understand that my grace is sufficient for you, and that my grace is enough for you. I think that's one of the things that keeps us from bringing things to God, is that we're afraid that it's not going to be enough. I'm going to need to do God and something else. Or what if God fails to deal with this? What if tomorrow I still feel the heaviness of all of this? And you probably will. As I said yesterday, it isn't that I'm instantly healed and the memories are gone. It's that now I have a place, a safe place, to begin to work towards that end. Things hurt. And if you simply forgot about them, you repeat them. So God's grace is enough. And God's grace is enough to heal even the deepest wounds. So true restoration is trusting God's grace, trusting that it's enough, trusting that when you bring it to Him, He turns it from anger and frustration and all of those things to brokenness. Why is that important? Because you can work with brokenness. Brokenness is something that we feel when we're ready to give it up, when we realize we need help with this, when we realize we're not sufficient on our own. And feeling anger and intense frustration and all of those human emotions simply aren't enough to get through deep wounds. We all need to be broken, and God is great at putting us back together again, seeing the whole picture, understanding the intensity of it, drawing out those things inside of us that specifically need healing as a result as well. And the whole process is usually not quick, but it's the correct process, and we get to a place where we didn't forget about it, but we've learned from it, and we've grown because of it. We're doing this all week long. Join me again tomorrow. We'll do part 3. Don't forget, you are blessed. Go and be a blessing.